Many strides, one dream. Many heartbeats, one pulse. Sagicor, celebrating Jamaican success. The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
John Mark!
Celine, where you going? We can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man, we have to take out the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me, I do the work. Yeah. And the people, them accept it. Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
Central Expressions, your best source for business, tourism, and entertainment. Tune in to Central Expressions on CVM TV, Sundays at 3 p.m. Repeat Fridays at 9 a.m. Central Expressions is brought to you by the Gulf View Hotel in the heart of Jamaica, from the hearts of Jamaicans. The Orbin Group, Real Essence Media, National PC Bank, Central Expressions, your voice, your culture.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7, the weekend edition for Saturday, August 10, 2024. Welcome, I'm Nika Lewis. Popular businessman Dean Shaw was today shot and killed near his St. Andrew establishment by unknown assailants. Shaw, the owner of Shortwood Plaza, was found dead sometime this afternoon following a gun attack by men traveling on a motorcycle. While the circumstances around his death remain unclear, police have confirmed the incident, adding that up to news time, investigators were still combing the scene along Shortwood Road. CVM News will, of course, continue to monitor this story. Recently freed dancehall entertainer Adidja Vybz Kartel Palmer has suggested, among other things, he may enter the political arena. This as Palmer expressed disappointment with the handling of the nation's business, adding there's much trauma and suffering among the people. The former murder accused was speaking on his attorney's podcast, Context Matters, earlier this week. Jamaica's political reality has not escaped the notice of the internationally known dancehall artist, despite his 13 years behind bars. So much so, the self-proclaimed world boss offered his assessment of the state of the nation.
One thing, I don't talk, The country seems hopeless, I'm not try to be cynical. I know say changes can be made, but the people that face it hard, people that suffer. Dog, I tell you straight. People them traumatized on the road. By the time we reach prison, we are good mad people.
It's perhaps why he's suggesting he could eventually enter the political ring.
Come like me, I forgot to run for MP, because talking, chatting, sometimes not going nowhere, Sometimes you have to get involved. But we will see.
That's the idea,
I know, I'm serious, but we will see.
All right, but if you were to run for MP, which constituency would it be?
But that would be St. Catherine South.
All right, there you have it. You said it there. All right.
But the artiste maintains there is a glimmer of hope despite the constant killings and trauma.
We see a real hope here and there, because remember we are resilient people, You know what I mean? And greatness in a way, For we come from Africa, the tribe, them with them put your son, make we mix up.
Right.
Greatness in a way. But me I tell them, man, the system beat we bad.
All right, but...
Bad. You know, see where they want to take you all concession. What kind of bad man think that? So the trying man not have nothing?
It all depends on the government. That's why time forward, because we have to fix a slogan, but I guess...
Yeah, but remember me as the artist, even though I'm my favorite color, we still have to talk unbiased.
Kartel and two others were only 2 weeks ago acquitted in relation to the alleged murder of their then crony, Clive Lizard Williams. His message upon his release was family and fitness, while reminding the masses to stay away from crime. Sections of St. Elizabeth still without electricity may have to wait a while longer this month before the utility is returned. Local Government Minister Desmond Mackenzie, however, has intervened with the support of several agencies to offer aid in various forms to the hurricane-ravaged communities. His latest stop in the south yielded an avalanche of praise. It's been over a month and there are still sections of St. Elizabeth without power. That for many means darkness without natural lighting or the aid of candles, generators and the like. The local government ministry, in partnership with several social and disaster response agencies, rendered aid to the people of South St. Elizabeth on Saturday.
It is the start of a series of support that the Ministry of Local Government, along with the Office of the Prime Minister, will be providing for the people in the southern part of St. Elizabeth. We're going to be doing this every week until the Jamaica Public Service Company would have completed its restoration of electricity. What we have brought into the communities, we have brought ice, we have brought an igloo so that they can at least store the ice and get something cold. We have brought food packages, tarpaulins, and we have been distributing some solar lamps that will help to provide some form of lighting.
The minister notes the government plans to render continued aid to the affected sections of the parish until electricity and some semblance of normality returns. He says the Prime Minister also met with the power company and notes the promise of full restoration by end of month.
One of the main concerns raised by the residents here is the question of the billing that they have been receiving from JPS. One resident advised me that she got an estimated bill for nearly $20,000, when her regular bill on a monthly basis is less than $11,000. There are real concerns in this area. You can see how desperate the people are. There are hundreds of fallen electricity poles that are here. The Prime Minister have met with the new CEO of JPS. They have given a commitment to the government that by the 31st of August they will be restoring full service back to this section of St. Elizabeth. We are holding the Jamaica Public Service Company. We are holding them to the words that they have been given.
He says hurricane straps, which feature throughout their donation pop-ups, will continue as they seek to thwart future devastation. But what many Jamaicans could scoff at or consider the least of donations, such as a cold beverage, was enough to sow seeds of undying gratitude among the locals.
This is a memorable day for the people of Backflagaman, and specifically Roxfield. As you saw, they came out in their numbers. The need was great. Over a month, they have been without electricity, they have been without ice, they have been without proper storage for their food. And today, Minister Mackenzie journeyed from Kingston to come and see what has been happening, but not only come, he did not come empty-handed. We want to thank Minister and all of the agencies that teamed up with the Ministry of Local Government.
We appreciate it very a lot because we did desperately need it, and thank you for your help today, and God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Today we are thanking the Minister and the government and all of those who come by and give us something, and we really appreciate it because really after this hurricane we were desperate need of ice. Long time I don't get any cold drinks, ice and all those things. So really appreciate Mr. Mackenzie and the council and everybody who take time out to really reach us in Backflagaman. We were desperate, we get the hardest hit, and as you know, through this hurricane, and we appreciate it, and we're looking for more things to come by from the minister. God bless you. Although I lose 1,000 black tank from the farm, and you know, anybody out there can really help me to get back on my feet.
Well, a few areas of Western Jamaica are still without running water, even as the country gradually recovers from Hurricane Beryl. Opposition spokesperson on water, Ian Hales, says this is a function of a lack of electricity to pumping stations. He's now advocating for a full restoration of service and more communication on the status of restoration efforts. Courtney Lewis has the details.
Some parishes are still without piped water a month after Hurricane Beryl. While utility providers continue recovery efforts, opposition spokesperson on water, Ian Hales, is demanding further transparency on the matter.
You cannot tell me that over a month now, and people are still without water across the country. I am calling on the NWC, just as how the JPSCO gave us a schedule in terms of when the communities across the country will get water. I'm calling on the NWC to provide such a schedule also.
He says it was incumbent on the government to ensure electricity for the NWC pumping stations.
I would have thought that the government would have called in, the Minister of Water would have called in the JPSCO and said to JPS, wherever we have our pumping station, let that be a priority now.
He maintains he is concerned for the reopening of schools as areas of Western Jamaica are without running water and is calling for a meeting of utility providers and the government to address same.
I'm asking the government, I'm asking the Minister of Water to call in the NWC and to find out when the people of Jamaica is going to get water in their pipes. Time come.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
2 primary schools are set to benefit from a multi-million-dollar contract initiative to rehabilitate and refurbish infrastructure. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Kassan Troop, lauded donors including the Caribbean Development Bank through the Jamaica Social Investment Fund for the contribution that aligns with the government's plan for transforming education. Here again is Courtney Lewis.
A $380 million investment will see the rehabilitation of the Mount Moriah Primary School in St. Anne and the Pisco Primary School in St. Elizabeth. Permanent Secretary in the Education Ministry, Dr. Kassan Troop, while speaking at the contract signing, says the development is a step in the right direction for Jamaica's education.
Today represents a symbol of hope, a symbol of transformation, a difference that we will make in the lives of these children, and that will have a ripple effect on their own families, because that's what education is, that weapon that will break the cycle of poverty.
The 2 schools will see upgrades to sanitation facilities, additional classrooms, administrative buildings, added to better security fencing and sewage treatment. Dr. Troop says in the past, the ministry has struggled to maintain schools due to lack of funding, but the investment proves beneficial for student sustainability.
Once we improve the infrastructure for a school, we improve the life chances of our young people and what they can do with their talents. It's really an underserved area. We have to call it what it is. But it's not something that we are comfortable with. So we are glad that we are making a difference in the lives of the children and the staff members and the community.
But she was not alone. A Member of Parliament for Southwest St. Anne, Xavier Main, echoed similar sentiments.
This project is highly welcome, highly favored. It means a whole lot to us because now we know going forward our children are going to be learning with greater comfort. No longer with our students be tripping out over each other as they move from one classroom to the next. Our teachers who have served us so well, they can now function with greater comfort, knowing very well that when they are not in the classroom, they have a new administrative staff room that will allow them greater comfort.
Orville Hill, representing major stakeholder Jamaica Social Investment Fund JSIF, explains the initiative is crucial in dilapidated schools.
We have modern classroom, updated facilities, and enhanced resources that will provide our children with the opportunities they deserve. It will motivate our teachers, who are the backbone of our educational system.
He also maintains that in past, school resources were stretched thin, but adds that the investment marks continuous progress for the local education system. Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
We take a break, but CVM News at 7 continues in a moment.
Jesus, insurance gone up again? can't go faster. It gas our insurance.
Driver, let's go.
Do you really want to stick with the same old insurer? For the first time in Jamaica, taxis, minibuses, coasters, whatever you drive, MIBinsure.com will find you an insurer who will slash your premium by up to 60%. They all claim to save you money, but only MIB Insure actually can. Switch to MIBinsure.com today and save serious money.
Alright guys, the news is in. You are loving MTM on CVM.
And for those who don't know, we are the Mitchells. I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tammy.
And you can come along with us on our journey every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Right here, you can see it happening on CVM TV.
Yeah, MTM on CVM.
See it happen, man. CVM man. MTM man. CVM man. See it happen, man. CVM man.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVM TV.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Well, a cease and desist order has been issued to stop the alleged construction of a car dealership on 11 Westlake Avenue in Richmond Park, St. Andrew. It is reported that an investigation was launched by the mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, following objections from residents and business owners in that space. It was found that no construction application was filed for the property to the municipal corporation. CVM News, of course, will continue to monitor this developing story. Well, now we take a look at regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre indicates that he remains unfazed by queries and concerns surrounding the country's citizenship by investment program. More from HTS News Force.
What international body has questioned St. Lucia's CIP? Which one?
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has remained resolute in defending St. Lucia's citizenship by investment program against verbal attacks and questions regarding its integrity.
Just tell me one. Tell me, what St. Lucian passport that has been identified as being anything you want? Just one. Who? so I'm not getting involved in it. All I'm saying is that no international body, it might happen this afternoon, but as I speak, there's not been one international body that has questioned St. Lucia's CIP.
The much-anticipated Silica City is expected to be fully developed by 2030 as its master plan has been completed, according to Guyana's president, Dr. Irfan Ali. Silica City has been touted as Guyana's second city and the first entirely sustainable living space, and it is the brainchild of Dr. Ali. Here's Newsroom Guyana.
We had many planners who worked with us then. Some of them are still in the system. And we worked on putting together the masterpiece of what Silica City will be. That dream was continuously worked on. Even when we were in opposition, we sat with that dream and we continue to add to the dream because we know that the will of the people would allow us one day to complete that dream. And today, we are well on the journey of delivering the dream of Silica City, making Silica City a reality, and it's going to be a most desirable city that one may want to live in.
In international news, an Israeli airstrike on a school building sheltering displaced Palestinians in Gaza City has killed dozens of people. and that's according to Hamas-run authorities in the territory. The BBC reports.
This is being described as a horrific massacre by Gaza's defense agency, civil defense agency, which is run by Hamas. They say that 3 Israeli rockets struck the school in the Daraj district of Gaza City this morning. They say that the school was being used as a shelter for displaced people, and there are suggestions that those people may have been at morning prayer when the attack happened. It is then reported that a fire broke out following the strike, with emergency workers scrambling to rescue people from inside the building. Now, the Israeli military has confirmed the strike, but they say that the school was housing a Hamas command center. It's the second strike on a Gazan school in as many days, and in fact, Israel has repeatedly struck schools in Gaza in the last week or two. Each time, the military insist that they are in effect pursuing legitimate targets, that the schools are housing Hamas bases. They also insist that through the use of precision missiles and intelligence, they are doing their best to mitigate the loss of civilian life.
That's it for regional and international news.
We take a break. Inspire Jamaica is next.
John Mark!
Celine, what going? We can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man, we have to take on the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me, I do the work. Yeah. And the people, them accept it.
Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
Look who we have in the cut. No, today episode I got nice. Legends, Senator, my longtime brethren, the great all-star, the king, and the man himself. Salute! You know, as man, we're not too go specialist, and that's the pinnacle of the problem. We want some new era. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. Lie! You work till you win. It was pandemonium. Country people can relate to me I talk about.
What you think about me no matter, you know. What matter to me is what me think about myself.
Man United, you know. I don't care what man want to say.
You know, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, man.
You finished?
Yes, we finished.
The Cut is brought to you by Flo and Guinness.
The race has begun, I've traveled the seas, I've traveled the waters. Once I was weak, now I'm much stronger. I've worked in the sun, look what I've become. I've conquered the beast, now I'm much greater. I've learned from a failure. Dedication, discipline and drive. Seizing every moment that comes up in this life.
John Mark!
Celine, what going? We can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man, we have to take on the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me, I do the work. Yeah. And the people, them accept it.
Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
Welcome back. Well, it's difficult to predict how children will react to traumatic experiences, even those who place them in a precarious position. For this, Inspire Jamaica, the voice of consciousness from the bleeding heart of a youngster from an inner city community.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can.
Caring for a child with a gunshot wound comes with a big price tag. So imagine the expenses for Travell Walker, who is no stranger to spending time in hospital.
And he did have a kidney disorder in 2021. He admitted up there for his kidney kidney disorder by the name nephrotic syndrome. He has been treated up there for it.
That is before
he got shot, so the kidney got a lick again.
That kidney disorder causes the body to pass too much protein in the urine.
It's been tough, but God always made a way for us, take us through difficult times. As everybody say, I'm a great thinker. All I can say is all the children who are breaking out in gun violence, I'm saying this to you all. Either you turn and be happy without any gun violence or nothing, than go in a gun violence and get killed.
Note how he deliberately targets those who may want to pull the trigger, which halted his childhood, but not his dreams of becoming a successful footballer.
So I can pay back all my respect for my mother